And this is like a different angle. Like this isn't exactly what we were looking at earlier. We were looking at like the same area but from a different angle. So these deer we're seeing are not the same unless they just moved over, you know. I'm thinking this is where we ought to start tomorrow. I don't know if I've ever used this furnace, but it stinks. I'm going to sleep so good tonight. So this cold front hit. What I want to know is like what it looked like yesterday and the day before. Like, you know, that stuff was like smoking hot, bucks running all over the place. But we went and hung some cameras and did some truck scouting this evening. So we think we got a spot figured out in the morning, but also we're kind of waiting to see what kind of information these cameras send us over the course of the night, because I imagine there's going to be some good stuff on there. We already got some bucks on camera fighting this evening after we hung the cameras, so that's pretty sweet. And then that's just going to kind of determine where we go from there. Wake up, and if the cameras are good, we'll head that way. It's cold. What is up, all my woods brothers and sisters? I hope y'all are having an awesome morning, as Eric and I are kind of expecting to have just some cool encounters. We went to bed last night thinking we had a plan, and then woke up, and by the power of Moultrie cell cams, we have a different plan. So we got a bunch of pictures last night of a couple cameras we hung that were near some scrapes and off of a bedding area and a transition area, and there seemed to be some pretty good bucks hanging around. Here's the problem, or the mistake we made yesterday hanging those cameras, is we did not pick a spot to come in to hunt those on. Like, we did not pick out the tree while we were in there or the spot to sit on the ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to, in a little bit, we're going to get in there and we're going to rattle some bucks in and see if we can find a shooter. I mean, I'm just looking for a mature buck. That's all I care about. I just want to shoot a mature buck on Texas public land. Oh my gosh. That's wild. I was expecting to have time to put the antlers down.
It just started.
That dude came in hot.
The animal was right there.
Yeah. He came in looking for a fight. look young. Where'd he go? Oh yeah. He's still pretty young. He's a nice deer.
Just barely outside the ears.
Yeah. See how he's got like a little bitty neck? I really want to find him like a more mature deer. I know there's some in here. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's right at that legal line. Dude, we can't move. We're trying to slip down into these bottoms where we got pictures of bigger bucks. No, he did not like that. You know what we should have brought? A decoy. We're probably gonna come back to that spot this evening. We got out of there and let it calm down. We've got a couple cameras that for some reason, I probably hung them in a bad spot, but they didn't send us any pictures last night, or at least none of big bucks. So we're probably gonna move those around a little bit. I mean, if our cameras are in the right spot, we should know, because there should be, like, it's the rut right now. There should be bucks running by it, or there should be deer on it. They're moving 24/7 right now. So this is like really crucial for us to have a backup spot set up, that we've got a camera in there running. Not saying that we're not going to hunt it if we don't get pictures, but if we've got a camera on a main trail, then we should have some kind of idea of what's happening. And that's just kind of why we're moving this, because it's not happening like we thought it was going to. So we're going to bump it on down and then try to figure out some stuff to do, maybe midday, later morning type stuff today. Probably going to go rattle some more, because they're keyed up on it. Like, it's ticking right now. So that is that's really exciting. Eric, I'm pretty hungry. Let's go get a burger and get out of there. Truck scout that spot we saw last night at the end of the day. I think there's a good chance there's some midday movement in there. So I'm gonna get a burger with bacon. And a fried egg.
Yeah, let's go, man.
I don't know, it felt a little wrong. Yeah, that's him. In case we don't see him, I figure we'll be there all the rest of the evening. But Eric and I were scouting. We're on a place you can rifle hunt. We were scouting, just going down the road, and saw a giant buck. Not one you see on public, like every once in a while, like once every 10 years. So he's with a harem of does, and we're about to do our best to get close enough for a shot. He's like crazy wide. I can't tell if he's old enough. Like if he's a mature deer. Yeah. Wait. Are you on them? I can't look. I'm shaking too bad. I can't look. I hit him. I hit him. Eric, that's the biggest buck of my life. That is not the shot I wanted, but I felt very confident in it. In the quarter and two. Oh my gosh. Huh? Yeah, like he started plowing. Could you see him in the camera? Eric, could you see him? No, like, could you see him?
Yes.
You could see him.
He's a giant.
Like, you could see him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whew. Man, there's nothing. Oh my gosh. I couldn't look. Like I saw how wide he was, and then I was like, I can't look at him. I cannot look at his antlers because he's so big. Like I started freaking out. And then so I ranged him. He was 202 yards, and so he ran. He kind of bumped off. So I figured him at probably 240 to like 250, and I think he just bull-nosed into the ground. The only thing I can say is, like, how great is our God? Like, that we just happened to drive by a super, like, it's a really overlooked spot that nobody hunts, because you hear that? Eric, those does are sitting there, like, his harem. A mature buck gathers his harem of does, and they are his eyes and ears. Them suckers are bedded down right now because they think he's bedded down right now, and he's 20 yards from them. That's unless there's another sleepy buck. I think that's our sleepy buck. We're about to go look for my buck, and a lot of y'all probably think, oh, why don't you just hunt out of a boat? Well, we're actually like hunting semi-upland land, but we've just had a ton of rain, and so these deer are pushing into new country, or more easily accessible country, out of like deep creek bottoms or river bottoms where they'd normally be. These deer that you don't ever see but once or twice a year. And so that water actually helped Eric and I greatly find some bucks, some big bucks, on Texas public land. Yeah, cameraman back there. He's got the cameras up the double handling it. He was about what, right here when I was ready to take the shot, and then he trotted back a little bit, and then I was like, he's gonna stop, he's too curious. He's gonna stop and look back. And he had his does here. Oh man. Oh. Oh my gosh, his body is huge. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my gosh. Eric. Holy smokes. Look at this buck. Look at this dude. Oh my gosh. He had a, oh my gosh.
You smell him?
Yeah, look at this neck. Look at this dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna ride you like a reindeer. Oh my gosh. I'm about ready for something to drink. Let's get this buck to the truck, get some pictures with him, and get him in a box. I don't even know if I can move him. I mean, I can try. I'm sure I can move him a little bit, but at least he's got a lot to hold on to drag him with. Oh. The rut's kicking off here on Texas public land, and we've had some heavy rains, and it's got the creeks full, and it's got the rivers full, and it's creating some barriers. And Eric and I were able to spot this buck and make a really good stalk on him. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble. I'm just in shock of the deer we just killed. I'm losing words. We spotted this buck, and I told Eric, I was like, we can make a move on him. I was like, we need to go. Of course, because everything's flooded out, they're sticking to high ground right now, and that helps a lot because we're seeing bucks that typically stay down in the thick, nasty stuff, and you see maybe at once or twice, and you don't see them that often. And we were able to find this deer and make a stalk on him, and it was more than I could have ever thought of or dreamt up, especially for a cold November day, which I have very high expectations for in this rut, and this supersedes all of it. This buck is truly one of a kind, and in my eyes, once in a lifetime buck right here. This is something I won't ever forget. 23, so 23 and a half inches wide. We were looking at it, and we didn't know if this would be called a drop tine.
I don't think so.